The House Ethics Committee has released its report on former Florida Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz. Congressional investigators say they found substantial evidence President-elect Donald Trump's former pick for Attorney General paid multiple women for sex, including a minor. Their report also found evidence he bought and used illegal drugs. The long-running investigation concluded the Trump ally likely violated multiple state laws. Gaetz sued today to block the release of that report. He has denied any wrongdoing. For more, let's bring in CBS News Congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane. Scott, walk us through the details here and the evidence in this report.
The House Ethics Committee report says there's evidence showing Matt Gaetz, the then Florida congressman, paid a 17-year-old in return for sex in 2017. They also allege there are these series of payments, up to $90,000 to about a dozen women that were likely for sex and with a connection to illicit drug use. Matt Gaetz has consistently and unequivocally denied these allegations and argued that he's been exonerated in a parallel investigation into misconduct by the U.S. Department of Justice. And he has blistered the release of this report, saying he's been unable to defend himself when the Ethics Committee releases a report without his own responses included. But these allegations, according to one of the members of the Ethics Committee, should be a warning, the Democrats on the panel say, to other members of Congress of conduct that is clearly not ethical or appropriate for a U.S. House member. We spoke with one of the Democrats on this 10-person Ethics Committee, Maryland Congressman Glenn Ivey.
I don't know what he's going to want to do down the road, where he might want to run for office again. In that instance, voters should probably have this information. He might want to stay in the private sector and do work there, but I could imagine employers wanting to have this information too.
This was a particularly lengthy investigation by the 10-person House Ethics Committee. They actually launched this thing back in April 2021. It paused for a while the Department of Justice did its probe. It resuscitated itself and culminated with a vote behind closed doors to publicly release this report. Chanel, that was a controversial decision because Matt Gaetz famously resigned his seat in the U.S. House, which means he's no longer under the House Ethics Committee's jurisdiction. They don't have jurisdiction over former members. But a majority of this committee, which means Republicans and Democrats, saw it suitable to publicly release it nonetheless. A very decisive and striking thing for them to do.
And Scott, we should note these are not criminal charges, but in terms of impact here, could Gaetz face any legal repercussions?
Well, the Department of Justice is the one that would bring any type of criminal case against Matt Gaetz and have declined to do so. One member of this panel said perhaps what the Ethics Committee has released today could stir new interest from the Department of Justice. But it's worth noting Matt Gaetz a few weeks ago was Trump's choice to lead the Department of Justice, though he's since stood down from his nomination to be Attorney General. There's any number of things at play here for Matt Gaetz. He could pursue a vacant Senate seat from Florida if Marco Rubio is in fact confirmed to be Secretary of State. There's a governor's seat coming available in about 2 years he could pursue. We'll see if this has any impact on him. But he has consistently, unambiguously denied these allegations and continues to do so.
Okay, Scott MacFarlane, thank you so much for this reporting.
Thank you.